Hey, you know what? That reminds me, and thank you, Marlon, for reminding me to talk about this. But it seems like YouTube, Lonzo, is the new gangster rap. And I say that because, all right, I don't know if you heard of it, Lonzo, but there was a shooting in front of the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas 2 nights ago. And it
Yep.
actually started out over YouTube. Now, I'll give everyone who and yourself a background of the two shows that were beefing for anyone who doesn't know. One of the guys had a YouTube channel. His name was Manny. One of the guys had a YouTube channel. His name was Finny. Now, they've been beefing on YouTube for quite some time, doing hours and hours and hours of content on each other, going back and forth, saying some of the most disrespectful stuff you can imagine. One of the guys, Manny, is from Las Vegas. The other guy, Finney, made a video saying he and his lady are going to be in Vegas. So he taunted Manny, meet up with me. I'm in your city. You ain't going to do nothing. So Finney ends up taking a video, and I may be having the names mixed up. It sounds like the damn Manny and Finney show, but Finney ends up taking a video in front of the Bellagio. Manny shows up on camera, pops him and his girl, and someone else, a bystander, got it. So 3 people hit on the Las Vegas Strip. 2 of them are now deceased. One of them was a YouTuber with about 8,000 subscribers. I mean, you know, that's a great feat, but that's not enough to be, if there's even a number that you should die over. But he died over 8,000 subscribers, Lonzo. When you hear that story, what are you thinking, man?
Man, look, I think that YouTube needs to stop posting any of this negative bullshit, because all it does is incite stupidity like this right here. You know, certain things can't go on television because of the possibility of inciting a situation like what we have right now. But YouTube don't have the same filter, especially when it comes to black kids, black folks. They don't have the same filters. You can't post certain things about certain people on YouTube. You can't do things about the Jewish community, skinhead. You can't do certain shit. But when it comes to us, they'll allow us to go back and forth at the expense of another one's life. Okay, it should be some things that are restricted from YouTube. Nah, this ain't about free speech. If it was free speech, you'd be able to say anything about anybody anytime you want to. That's not. This ain't about free speech. It's a certain shit you are not allowed to do on these social media channels. And this is one of the things that should be thrown in that same box. You can't have 2 cats beefing back and forth and allow this to escalate to a situation where 2 people end up dead over a YouTube beef. But because YouTube and so many other social media platforms, like I said before, they don't click. They click everything. Everything counts. So they inspire people or encourage people to do dumb shit to get more clicks, to get more views, so they can increase the advertising revenue and make more money at the expense of somebody else's life. They don't care if that guy's going to jail. They don't care about the people. If people just got killed. They don't care. I saw the video right after it happened. It was hit my feed, and of course the streams went through the roof. Meanwhile, 2 people are dead. Another man going to jail for life, and the video is going to keep on rolling. He might get some money put on his books. But again, you got a lot of people who don't have any real social skills. They're real insecure. They don't have they don't know how to take a negative comment. People are sensitive. You got cyber bullies. You got people people that are basically for the most part don't have the mental aptitude to deal with somebody having a problem with them. And that shit, just like in hip hop, will turn violent if given an opportunity.
Facts. All right, Lonzo, for the last 10 minutes of the show, I want to kind of, I want some Lonzo game, some grown ass man enlightenment. A lot of cats out there didn't grow up with the father in the house. They probably didn't hear a lot of game growing up. The game they got was from the outside, from the streets, not from a man, 25, 30 years his elder. But remind everyone how old you're going to turn on the 16th.
I'll be 68 years old.
68, bro. You look good as fuck for 68, man. 68. Okay. 68, Lonzo. All right. So they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but I think an intelligent person, even at our age, we're constantly learning life lessons. You know, we get some game, whether it be from people older than us or someone younger than us. But what is the biggest life lesson you've learned recently? Just randomly, could have read something, someone could have dropped a little gem on you. What's the most biggest life lesson you've gotten recently?
Either you're at the table or you're on the menu. Either you're at the table or you're on the menu. That simply means if you're not involved, you're the one they plotting to effect. Okay? And that's real simple, dude. Either you're at the table or you're on the menu. And that right there, when I heard that saying, that blew me away to no end. And I've repeated it on a regular basis. And that's why I get involved in my community. That's why I get involved in different things around my area. That's why I'm involved in this channel. If you can't be an asset, man, you have to be aware of what's going on. But in order to be aware, you have to be at the planning table to know what's going on. Being the president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce puts me in a position to be invited to a lot of meetings. So I know what's happening before it hits the streets when it comes to different things in the city. I have relationships with different people from the city, so they keep me informed of what's going on. And usually, and because I have a platform, whether it be this channel or my newspaper, I can share that with people. So you can some things you can prepare for on a negative way, some things you can prepare for on a positive way. I'm working on the Olympic Committee. I know what's going to be happening in regards to that area and Olympics. So you might want to put something together so when the Olympics hit in a couple of years, you can get you a few dollars. When the Olympics come to California, pray to God this dude don't blow it where we don't it don't come to California, but damn, that could be a long-term situation too. That we'll talk about that later. It could be a lot of money, but you can't wait until they light the torch to get ready for it. You need to know what they're going to be doing, how they're going to be doing it, so you can find a way to get involved. But you can't just wait until here they come. They get off the plane at the airport, and they got the torch going down Crenshaw, wherever it's going to be coming down, and you trying to figure out how you're going to get some money out of this Olympics. You can't wait that long, dude. Or you might want to get an Airbnb, put together an Airbnb situation where you can get some money because hotel's going to be through the roof.